Hey guys, hope you're doing well. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about COTI and specifically the updates with their Djed stablecoin that they're building on Cardano. So we'll go into the Djed's updates in a second, but as I mentioned in my earlier Cardano video, I actually got to ask Charles Hoskinson himself a question, and it was kind of a broad question. I just asked him how COTI's going, how they're doing with the Djed stablecoin. So that was a cool experience, and Charles was nice enough to give me 5 minutes of a response. I was actually the last speaker before the live stream ended, so I'll play that at the end of the video. So first, for everyone who might be new to COTI, let me just go over what they are real briefly. So COTI is short for the currency of the internet and is an Ethereum-based token. COTI is the name of a unique blockchain protocol for cryptocurrency and is also a type of token. This platform helps to process payments within the decentralized blockchain network. It stands apart from its competition because it allows governments to issue and transact in coins. So COTI creates stablecoins that are tied to the value of physical currency. So of course, when crypto or stocks go up in value or down in value, stablecoins will retain their value. And COTI allows the following traditional currency programs to run on its blockchain network: payment processing, lending, borrowing, and financing, white label payment systems, loyalty programs, international transaction technology. And of course, COTI partnered with Cardano, so they're building the Djed stablecoin on Cardano. The stablecoin serves as the power to process lending and borrowing transactions via smart contracts. Because the token holds its value so well, it offers stability to the transactions, ensuring that they go through correctly each time. So now let's go into the recent update of the Djed stablecoin. Here we are in COTI's Twitter, so if we just scroll down a little bit, it only came out a couple days ago. So here they tweeted out their update, and I'll have everything linked in the description if you want to check it out for yourself. So here we are on medium.com, the Djed development and timeline update. They write, as we are making progress, we wanted to keep you informed on the recent updates. In the past few weeks, we have been finalizing the steps to complete the UI/UX, implementing the Nami wallet, and starting the integration of the Djed contract. Now they note here that the most important aspect, of course, is security. And everybody, even people who aren't really into crypto or blockchain, they're well aware of, all the holes and hacks and, cryptos being stolen. So what I really like is that they're really taking precaution to add a lot of security. So here they state the actions that they will take for the Djed protocol to be secured. Again, I'll have this linked in the description if you want to go into detail. I just wanted to paint a broad picture before I head into the Charles question. But another key takeaway here is adding these security features will most likely push testnet to March instead of February. So people who might not value patience and getting it right the first time, instead of doing it fast and breaking things and then fixing it later, they might not appreciate this, but really this is a good thing. They're pushing it to March to make sure it's as secure as they want it to be. Alright guys, so that just leaves us to the Twitter live stream that Charles did, where I got to ask him a question. It was a really great time. I think Charles is a great speaker. Unfortunately, I'm not sure why, but I think the Spaces itself, the recording expired. I didn't know it did that, but luckily I recorded it myself. I'll link the tweet in the description in case somebody happens to know a way around it. But anyways, thank you for watching the video, and here's me talking to Charles.
Alright, I got time for one more. How about you, Diogenes?
Hey Charles, I'm pretty new relatively about learning about blockchain and crypto, but I fell in love with Cardano pretty much instantly from its philosophy. So thank you for all the work that you do. My question was, how's the Djed stablecoin going with COTI? How's that coming along?
It'd be really cool if we can get people who are building things to start doing regular developer updates. It's very asynchronous right now. I get asked that question a lot, and I have some briefings from our side about the questions they have, but actually I don't have total transparency over their full release cycle yet. And so they gave us an internal date, and I think that is pretty realistic for Q1. But it's dependent on some facts and circumstances, and it's really COTI's decision about when they want to pull the trigger. From our side, we've been working really hard at trying to figure out how to write some optimized Pluto scripts and think around some of the design characteristics of Djed, and their engineers are obviously doing the same thing. It's a well understood protocol. It's a very good one because we've actually mechanized it. It's one of the very few protocols in the space where formal methods was used end to end, and I'm very happy with that. On the other hand, there are some optimizations that are coming in June that will make it much easier to do Djed. And in the interim, it's a question of, do they want to do a workaround solution until June and launch a version 1 and then upgrade it to a version 2? Or do they want to wait for those new fixes, SIP 31, 32, and 33, and have a more pure implementation? And it's really, that's a business decision. it's not a technology decision because there actually is a workable solution on both sides. You see, and so it's just really what COTI wants to do. And from our side, any place we can optimize things, like we worked a little bit with Sunday Swap to help them with reducing the size of their scripts and increasing the throughput of their scripts, and we got like a 40% gain in these types of things because we know a lot about how Plutus engineering works because we wrote the language. And these guys are just learning things. So we were able to make some major contributions there. And then the team was able to take that and go even further. And they've built a really good 1.0 product. But obviously, the expressiveness of Plutus needs to increase for those products to get better. And that's happening with the implementation of those SIFs. The other side of it is also the integration of Djed, like the scale of it. Which places is it going to be used? I know where I'd like to use it. I'd like to use it in microfinance. I'd like to do loans with it, and especially in Kenya, we have some people to do such a pilot with. Be really cool to do microfinance in Haiti too, Captain Haiti. That'd be a lot of fun, man. And
Yes, sir.
yeah,
Yes, sir.
I'm telling you, they're getting screwed right now with the rates. Some cases charge, the rates are 85% to up to 170% in Haiti in particular. And the non-performing loan rates can be as high as 60%. Well, what if we come up with a model that's 1/3 of that, and instead of having 60% default, have a 2% default rate? These are the kinds of things that we can actually talk about that are real instead of abstraction and so forth, but they require a stable asset in order for it to be a fair deal on everybody's side. So Djed is a critical piece of infrastructure, and it's important to understand it's a competitive piece of infrastructure. It's not protected intellectual property. The code is not protected. So people can copy it and build their own business models and their own stable coins. And we've always viewed this kind of like what Elon Musk did with Hyperloop, where he wrote a paper and kind of explained how to do it, but he left it to the community to build it. And so similarly, we wrote a paper and we kind of explained how to do it. And we're here to answer questions, but we're leaving the community to build it. And so far, COTI's been doing a fairly admirable job, but by no means are they the end of the story. There are going to be, if it's successful, dozens of improvements, imitators, and other actors, for better or for worse, creating algorithmic stablecoins and enhancing them. And we're going to be a consumer of those products because that's how you get value into the hands of some of the poorest people at the lowest cost. And that's safe value, not volatile value. It's a critical piece of infrastructure. It's also a critical piece of infrastructure for Catalyst because those who receive Catalyst funds can receive it in an asset derived from ADA that has predictable value because they now have an obligation to deliver based upon the money that they've received. And so it's very important you de-risk the volatility. All right, everybody, this has been fun, but I got to get to another engagement. Thank you all for your time. I hope you guys enjoy it. Cheers.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much, guys. We love you. Thank you.